I'm going to keep this fairly short. 5 pints and 3 whiskies was probably a little bit too much Dutch courage, but we'll see how this goes. So when Jake asked me to be the best man a few months back, of course, I was absolutely honoured. He told me how many people were going to be here today, and I was a tad nervous. I knew there was 2 reasons he'd asked me. One, he knows how much I hate public speaking, so he's absolutely loving this right now. And 2, if you saw who he had to choose from on the stag do, it's kind of like picking from the vegetarian option in the kebab shop. Seriously though, it is amazing to see how many people are here today. I think it shows what amazing couple you guys really are. As we've heard, there's people that have come from all over the world today. Can I get a quick cheer if you come from abroad? Now, I would say it's amazing how far people will come for a free plate of food. But that's until they realised they had to turn up with a bowl of couscous and a number for the local Domino's. So there are just a few stories I've got on my boy Jake. That was an expensive prop. That'll go all night, we'll leave that. But unfortunately, most of the stories I have about him are not appropriate for a wedding speech. And almost all of them incriminate me too. So in keeping with the Bring and Share theme of today, I will be holding a session for the non-PG stories a bit later. Feel free to bring your worst stories about Jake over here. Jeremy, Caroline, you are more than welcome to join us. But for now, I just want to talk through the first time Jake met Aisling and the incredible feat of persistence that has occurred in the last couple of years. I first heard about Aisling when Jake and I used to work together. He told me about the amazing girl he'd met and how that she was the one. He talked about the plans they were making, such as playing board games, going for coffee, going for brunch and painting her nails. I thought, hold on, there's a problem here. Dictionary definition of a friend zone. A platonic relationship in which one is seeking a friendship while the other is crying inside. Okay, so I made the crying inside bit up, but that's how it seemed. Ever since we've codenamed this project, Make Aisling Jake's Bride. We then set on planning an incredible date, which would get Jake well and truly out of the friend zone. We organised an amazing evening to an incredible fish restaurant in Brighton, and Jake was going to arrive, flowers in hand, full of wonder and romance, with his smouldering good looks. Okay, the looks were never going to work, but the rest had potential. So on the following Monday, when I arrived at work, I was so excited to hear how my boy had wooed the love of his life. Unfortunately, Captain Tight-Ass over here had taken her on the number 12 bus to a restaurant called Food for Friends. At this point, I did what any truly amazing best friend would do, and I'm sure Jake still remembers these very words, and I said to him, "Give up, mate, it's never going to happen." But stubborn Jake, as always, persisted. He always likes to tell me of the miracles he's seen through church, and he performed his miracle of his own to make this incredible woman his bride. So the phrase is right. If at first you don't succeed, try, try a bit more, try a poem, try hanging out with her family, and try again. On this very special occasion, there's a lot of reference to the big man upstairs, but I just briefly wanted to mention another big man upstairs that very sadly can't be with us today, and that's Jake's father. However unique Jake may seem, the very first time I met Paul, it all made complete sense. So please, can I raise a toast, not just to Paul, but to all the loved ones that can't be with us today. Cheers. One last little story I've got for you guys is when my mum, who's here today, hi Mum, you alright? She liked to tell me how special and wonderful Jake was as a friend. And for a while, she wouldn't stop singing his praises. I remember her going on and on and on about him. She then told me, during a deep and meaningful chat they had together, Jake described me as a brother that he'd never had. Just so you know, Callum and Louis are here today and they are his brothers. Officially. So then I found it hard to break it to her. I said, Mum, he's got two brothers. And she just said, well, it's just Jake's funny way of telling you that he loves you. So to my final toast is to the actual brother I never had and his incredibly stunning bride. Please join me in raising a glass to the bride and to the groom, to Jake and Ashlyn.